Good morning.
Good morning, Henry.
What's up, Mike? How are you?
Good. How are you? Good. Feels good to be back again. I mean, I know another long break. You had the surgery and stuff. How do you feel, I guess, going into this fight week compared to the last one with the super long layoff?
Yeah. I think it's. I think it was good. I think it was. I think that. I think the fact that I fought for the first time after 3 years was great. Getting 5 rounds under my belt. I think these 3 rounds are going to be nice. I've been doing 5 since 2018 since I won the title. So it's been cool to kind of just train for 3.
Yeah. How do you pace yourself differently, or how is that going to change your approach to the fight, knowing that you got to win 2 of those 3 rounds if it does go to the judges?
Yeah, no, of course, man. And you're going up against a dude that has a gas tank too. So it's almost like we train for like 5 rounds, in that sense. So I think there is a certain pace to it, but obviously it's like you do have to take your time too, and have to be very methodical because that 1 minute period is also crucial too.
Do you take the stylistic matchup here a little bit like personally? Merab has most takedowns in this division. He set the record for most takedown attempts last time. We know your wrestling credentials. So do you take this as like a different type of challenge, knowing that he's going to try to get you down over and over and over, probably?
Yeah, of course. But the thing is can you control somebody up top? That's the key. A takedown does mean something, but if you can't hurt somebody up top, I mean, this is where Khabib made a living. This is where Islam, a lot of these Dagestanis are making a living, and they're taking it from the Americans. They're taking it from folk star wrestling, tying up the legs, top control, things like that. So, sure, I guess if you want to play it that way, we can play it that way. Yeah, I'm taking it personal.
Can you just clarify the whole story here this fight week with Eric Albertine? I know he was just on the MMA Hour, and he did kind of say he wasn't really with you too much through the camp, but seemingly you guys kind of reunited on fight week. Like, what was the training situation, and if you guys didn't work together, why was that?
Yeah, no, I think with Eric, obviously he has Patricio Pitbull, and he had Paulo Bohashinha, who are out there. They both fight. Paulo fights this weekend with me, and then Pitbull fights the following weekend. And I just felt like it would be unselfish of me, especially when he has 2 guys. And obviously I've been away for such a long time. At the same time, I did need a little break from Captain. And but it worked out perfect. I mean, obviously we did chit chat, over the phone periodically. I let him know like everything that's going on. And, I brought in Josh Kramer. I brought in my brother to help me out a little bit as well. We brought Memo Torres, 2012 Olympian, all my weight class. So it was good. But you could never have would Michael Jordan exist without Phil Jackson? Should I keep going?
We heard them. So he will be in your corner on fight night, though?
Of course, man.
Okay, and last thing I wanted to talk about, I think you put a video out this morning kind of saying you want to do 2 fights in this division and then go up. What's kind of the game plan here? Do you feel like a title shot will be on the line here if you get the win and you can fight the winner of Cejudo and O'Malley?
Yeah, of course. That's the plan. I mean, my goal, and you guys are, and I'm probably gonna get a lot of shit for this, but the goal is still 145 pounds. Like, I've already conquered and I've already defended my 135-pound weight. I lost my last fight through split decision, but the goal I'm not wavering from the goal going up. So I just feel like win over Merab, and then get the winner out of Cheeto and Sean, and then I want Vocal, whoever has about 145 pounds, and I feel like I've earned it. I feel like with my accolades and the merit that I've been able to do in combat sports, I don't think you could deny me. And to top all that off, this is all or nothing. And I told the team, I sat with the team, I was like, hey guys, I'm here to, it's either gold or bust. Like, I either win it all or I'm not going to have it at all, and I'm out. I'm done. So I am putting that timeline, that pressure on me, because I do take this sport serious. And people are like, oh, you retired? I was like, dude, I've done everything there is to do. What the fuck? Like, what do I got to prove? Like, now it's just, it's a motivation more kind of motivated by a little bit of anger, kind of pissed at myself a little bit, but it's still motivated.
In the back of your head, do you look at what this event is and feel like if that one judge scored it different for you against Aljo, you would have fought Sean, and then you could be here fighting Volk in the main event of this card.
Yeah. But it is what it is, and I can't be mad at it too because I've always been that guy. It's like I have to win decisive. You have to win decisive, man. You can't just base anything off a kick or off of a punch. I will say this: I did win the fifth, dude. I don't know how I lost that fifth. You know, accumulated more punches, got the only takedown. But anyways, that's what it is. But moving forward now, obviously I got Marat now, and I look forward to that fight.
Henry, with the Aljo fight, how much of the loss do you put on the fact that you'd just been out for ages? You know, if you'd have come in that with a bit of momentum, do you think you could have won it more decisively in your mind or won the fight?
Yeah, of course. If you have more time, but that has nothing to do with him or anything. That's on me. You know, of course, if you have more time, it would be different. But what can I do? Cry you a river? I already cried.
With Merab, how highly do you rate his wrestling, right? Because, yeah, he has the most takedowns, but it's usually like he spams takedown attempts but doesn't necessarily get the person down. So is that good, or is that just his cardio being used as a weapon?
It's just cardio. It's just cardio. His gift is not even the wrestling aspect of it. He understands his threshold and how is it that he knows how to control that gas tank, and how is it that he just understands that thin line of where is it that he could push people and then continue to keep pushing there when people kind of fall off. You know, he looked really impressive against Peter. You know, Peter is like, damn, like since the beginning he started the level changing the wrestling, made Peter kind of get into scrambles and then continued it. And then once Peter kind of started showing his cards, like, you know what, I'm just going to continue it for 5 rounds. So his gift is obviously, you know, what's made him has been the wrestling stuff, but I think his gift now is just his cardio, his him understanding his threshold.
In a way, I mean, obviously you still think you're the best in the world. In a way, is this fight stylistically the perfect chance to prove that you are the best, right? Because stylistically, you know, he's going to come at you. He's the younger guy. He's going to just continually try and push your cardio. If you can beat this guy, it shows that you can beat anyone with this.
Oh yeah, 100%. I think even between me and Merab, I think this is the best fight. This is the best fight at 135 pounds. This is the real world title. You know, Sean's gonna pick a number 6. He's gonna pick a guy that freaking lost, you know, 50-45 to Sanhagen. Like that's who gets a title shot. It makes no sense, but I also get it. I also get the theatrics and the entertainment side of it. I think, you know, Sean was able to create that. When you're a champ, you have that leverage. So, you know, to me, this fight here decides who the best in the world is.
Last one for me, just going back to the Captain Eric thing. Was the countdown thing like legit? Was that the first time you had spoke to him about it, or was that you'd had a conversation before that? What happened on the countdown episode?
I don't kiss and tell, but I will let you smell.
It's the weirdest thing you've ever said.
Dude, guys, if you guys don't know, me and Captain Eric, we always have shit under our sleeves. Did you guys enjoy the acting skills?
I was actually very impressed with Eric's acting skills. Yeah, it was very good.
Henry, right here.
Yeah.
When you said earlier it was all or nothing this fight, does that mean if it ends up being nothing that's going to be a retirement after this fight?
Yeah, 100%.
How much pressure does that are you put on yourself?
It's a big time pressure because I know I got to fight. I know, you know, you got to put these clauses on you. You know, I'm not going to continue to fight to fight. Man. My goal is I'm too competitive, man. I want to be the best in the world. I want that belt, and I really want that other one. So that's kind of where I'm at. So if I can't have that, then I don't want anything. They keep it all. You know, it's like, why did I retire? It wasn't even a money thing. It was like, what else has motivated me? I mean, that was part of it too. I would have loved for Uncle Dana to maybe give me a bump on my raise after defending both my belts. But it is what it is. You know, I respect the shit out of him. I mean, what he was able to do with this company to where it's at now. I mean, if you guys think about it, fighters are the most respected athletes on earth. You know, you walk down the street, you get freaking these bodybuilders. Oh man, can I take a picture with you? So I appreciate that, man. I think Dana's done a lot, but it's on me now to go out there and accomplish what I'm trying to set out to do. And if I can't have it, then I just don't want it.
That seems a little different than from the mindset when in your first retirement, because you did have gold and you were about to go on a run of defending your titles multiple times and maybe a long title reign. Do you regret the original retirement in any ways and maybe establishing yourself a little more?
No, and I truly mean that. Like, for those who don't know, even when I won the Olympics, I retired for 3 years too. You know, and I started kind of figuring out that I'm more of a conqueror. Like, what is it like? What did I set out to do? And I was watching a little highlight on Usain Bolt, and they had asked him, "Is like, you say like you're still young to, you could have probably maybe done 2 more Olympics." And he was like, "You know what? I asked Michael Johnson something. You know, Michael Johnson, 96 and 2000 Olympic champ, which is one of my inspirations too. And he asked him the same question: Why did you retire? You could have gone more." And he's like, "That's all I said. I just wanted to. I wanted to." And then Usain Bolt was like, "I just wanted to become, an Olympic champion on 3 different Olympics, to separate myself and be different." And I think for me that was always my goal. My goal was to always become the greatest combat athlete of all time, do something that's never been done. So even that fight week after I beat Dominic, after I retired, I didn't tell my team. I was like, no, it's in my heart to just like, I'm out. But even prior to fighting Dominic, like I was out for like that whole year, dude, I had the time of my life. You imagine being out with the shoulder injury, people get depressed. Dude, I had fun. You know, doing business. At that time I was single. So, you know, just doing that whole 9. And I just knew that when you do something from the age 11, you become the best. And I wanted the first high school wrestler to win a senior national title. The stuff that I was able to do in the sport, and then do it now in mixed martial arts, I was like, dude, I was content. So this comeback, why I came back, because I felt like I could do it again. But now it's up to me. I go back. I either get it all or I don't want it at all. And I've already talked to my team. I already told my team that I'm just too competitive, man. I'm not trying to be a fighter. I'm either the best in the world or not.
The last question for me, Henry. A lot of fighters, I'm sure, would like a knockout because that's a definitive statement in a fight. But given the stylistic matchup, would you maybe prefer grappling him over the course of 15 minutes and really establishing and proving yourself there?
Of course, like we're ready, and I think they know that. Like I'm pulling out all the tools. You know, he's gonna come. He's gonna pressure. He's going to shoot. Like you won't be able to change Murat or Murat. He just won't. You know, that's who he's gonna be periodically. So for these last 8 weeks, we've trained for that style because he's not gonna change. So it's an opportunity for me too.
Good luck on Saturday.
Grazie.
Over here. Over here. So Dana White spoke about your fight with Merab, and he said that when he thinks about this fight, it's kind of like 2 guys that have made previous mistakes in their career. And in your case, he's referring to the first retirement, and then in Merab's case is the fact that he decided to sit out from a title shot because his friend held the belt. So I want to just ask, do you agree with that statement, and how do you see it?
I mean, that's Dana. I mean, that's Dana's opinion. But yeah, I mean, he could be right. At least, you know. Why am I coming back then, right? I should have just stayed retired. Time is everything, you know. And I knew that coming in. But think about it too, though. Fuck, I lost the decision on last fight. You know, I've found those learning lessons. But now it's time to put up or shut up. So I respect that from Dana.
Okay,
He's definitely right about Murat. You know, he was Aljamain's butt plug for too damn long. I would have fought that dude in a heartbeat. Any of my friends, they know it.
And I don't want to continue the retirement trend, but if you were to retire this Saturday or after you accomplish all of your goals at 145 and everything, how do you envision your life after that? Do you envision yourself staying in these gyms, active with other fighters, or do you kind of just shy away from the game completely?
No. I think, man, there's a lot, man. Like, I'm not a coach. I'm more of a teacher and a counselor. You know, when you get guys like Jones to come out, and work with you on 5-6 different occasions, Demetrius Johnson, Wei Lee, Davidson Figueiredo, Yuri Prochazka, Chris Cyborg, Korean Zombie, like the best of the best, like the cream of the crop. Like they understand, like, you know, put the king of cringe aside, man. You know what the fuck he's talking about, like, and the experience that I bring, I kind of want to share that with people. So I've thought about that stuff a lot too. You know, continue delivering content through my YouTube, and a lot of it's like I'm really honest with on all of my assessments. Like I never really sugarcoat anything. So I think that's what I love, and I think And I think looking forward, once I'm done with my fighting career, I do want to open those doors to a lot of the elite athletes. You know, I'm not here to recruit you. No. Come over, work with me for a week, work with me a couple weeks. Let me counsel you. Let me structure your team. Let me show you how to peak and do things correctly. And let me help you in that sense. You know, I've been talking to Sidikov. He's a Russian Olympic champion, multiple-time world champion at 74 kilos. You know, he has beaten every good American that you can think of. And I've been chatting with him. And Bahrain too, from India, and another multiple world medalist. I mean, these are the guys that can come up, and I would love to really bring those guys up to eventually make them Olympic champs. I mean, UFC champions. So, like the teaching and the counseling aspect of it, like I'm gonna open the doors to whoever wants to come and actually learn. I'm not here to recruit. I'm not here to steal you from your team. I'm just here to teach you and counsel you. Cause that's what I tell everybody. That's what I tell John. John, I'm not here to fucking recruit you, man. Like I'm not here. Yeah, not one time I'll tell you, hey, come over here. I'm your coach. Blah. I was like, no. Like, you know, I'm gonna you know, share my knowledge with you, and then you tell me if I'm right. Cause I base everything off of position. You know, and obviously the mental side of it. How's it that you should view it? And I think that's why I'm able to get along with these people, because I don't want anything in exchange. Just a little bit of content. That's
awesome. And final one for me. Obviously, big title fight on the same card and in March in Miami. So how do you see the Topuria and Volk fight going, and how do you see Sean O'Malley versus Cheeto Vera rematch going?
That's a good one. That's I like Ilya, but I know Ilya is also going for Murat, and I think me and Volkanovski kind of shook on it yesterday. He's like, I'm going for you, so you better go for me. But I think it's hard to bet against a guy like Volkanovski. But I said it before, the time to fight Volk would be now. Get him right after a knockout. You know what I'm saying? Could the Matador and Ilya Topuria get him to exchange? Volkanovski break him with his lateral movements, bring back those fakes, inside kicks, play the mouse rather than the cat. You know, if he's able to, it's really Volkanovski's game plan's going to change it, because we know that Elias is going to come, and he's going to go. But I think the biggest key for Volkanovski is going to be the leg kicks. If you watch his last fight, Ilya against Josh Emmett was 7 for 7 stop kicking. Volkanovski watched some of my fight feedbacks. He'd, you know, which I know a lot of these guys have watched it. But anyhow, I think I like them both. But if there's one guy that needs to make the adjustment in that fight, it's Volkanovski. His power, that button right here after getting knocked out, if Ilya touches it there again, you know, when that dude has power, it could be a good night for both too.
The O'Malley and Cheeto one going.
O'Malley, I still got Cheeto. I think if Cheeto's able to make this dude fight, I think if Abel is able to bring that grit like he did that first fight, like every time I see O'Malley look at the clock, every time I see him do that, and he throws a lot, just make him work, good defense, like build that callus in your body to where you're able to take these hits, good defense. I think Cheeto stops him in the 5th, maybe even 4th, but he has to bring that fight in the beginning. Make him fight. Okay, sacrifice the first round, but make him throw, make him fight you, make him fake, make him do all that. And if you're able to do that, the way you beat O'Malley is through the gas tank. Go back and look at all his fights. Study his demeanor. Study when that he's looking at the clock. Push the pace on a dude like that real quick.
Hola Henry, ¿qué tal? Muy buenas. Te quería preguntar si crees que la clave del combate, aunque ahora te hemos escuchado en inglés, pero bueno, para que los aficionados españoles o hispanos también lo sepan, si crees que la clave del combate contra Merab Dvalishvili va a estar en la lucha o en tu striking.
Just for the crowd, I know we answered this in English, but do you think that the key for your fight against Merab is either to be in the wrestling or in striking?
Va a ser en los dos. Es en los dos, o sea, no va a ser una pelea de solo lucha o de solo striking. Es quién es la persona que puede mixturar todo mejor, y quién es la persona que tiene el mejor plan y táctica, y Quieres la persona que se pueda ajustar. So, es mucho más complicado que nada más, él tiene el wrestling, él va. No, porque yo también tengo rodillas. Yo también soy campeón olímpico también.
I think both. I'm not going with the expectation that it's going to be just striking or just wrestling. I think he's the person that's going to be able to adjust and change the game plans of things, and wherever the fight goes. And I'm not just that. I got more things. I got some knees. I got some other things. I'm an Olympic champion.
También te quería pedir, por favor, aunque lo hemos escuchado en inglés, un pronóstico del combate de Ilia Topuria contra Alexander Volkanovski.
Now, in Spanish, for the crowd, what do you think is going to happen between Ilia and Volkanovski?
Yeah, yo creo que primeramente Ilia es un muchacho bien fuerte, bien fuerte. Una vez yo también fui invicto. Yo también tenía esa fe de ganarle a un muchacho que tiene mucho más experiencia que yo, Demetrius Johnson. Pero cuando entras a ese nivel del 1%, cambia un poquito, porque Volkanovski no es un menso. Se puede ver un poquito menso y tonto, pero no es. El muchacho patea, el muchacho sabe derrubar, el muchacho tiene potencia también. So, para mí, Volkanovski, lo que él va a hacer en la pelea es que los movimientos, esa va a ser la clave para él contra una persona como él. ¿Por qué? Porque él es aquí, va y va para matar. ¿Sí me entiendes? O sea, él va aquí. Volkanovski, si él puede usar esto, bien. Pero si él sí lo puede encontrar con la presión y llegar con él directo, a mí la probabilidad de que Ilia le gane a Volkanovski va a ser por knockout. Pero más que todo eso, a mí va a ser una pelea difícil.
Y la última para mí,
solo para la gente. I was once that guy. I was once, undefeated. I was once that guy that was coming up, and I had all this faith. It's against Demetrius Johnson. I just had all that. But once you get to the 1%, once you get to the top echelon, things are different. It's a different game out there. Obviously, sometimes Volkanovski doesn't. Listen, he's very smart. He knows things. He can move around laterally. He can kick. He's very powerful, so that's the key for him. He can move around him. And Ilia is a matador. He goes straight. He goes for the kill. If he can put in that pressure, I think that's the key. But it's just that's what it is. Movement against direct striking.
Ahora sí, la última para mí, Henry. En el peor de los escenarios de tu combate, si llegase una derrota, ¿qué contemplarías para tu carrera? ¿Crees que sería el momento de dar un paso al lado o querrías seguir peleando durante más tiempo?
No, yo soy una persona bien competitiva. Yo desde que era niño siempre fui así. Yo recuerdo que me ganaron, era un niño, y a mí me encantaban mucho las medallas. Y creo que yo tenía comencé a luchar como a los 11, 12 años. Recuerdo que un niño me ganó y agarré una medalla de plata. Y yo recuerdo que agarré esa medalla de plata y chingué a su madre. ¡Fum! Tiré con coraje, ¿sí me entiendes? So, para mí es, yo logro todo, quiero todo, no quiero nada. Yo no estoy aquí para ser un peleador o por la atención ni hasta por el dinero, porque ya yo no tengo, no sé, estoy en las bienes raíces, hago bien dinero con mis patrocinios y cosas así. ¿Es todo para mí o no quiero nada? Ya hablé con mi equipo, pero también yo estoy poniendo esa presión en mí, porque yo también sé que órale, tú dices que quieres esto, ok, vamos. Es una presión de nada o todo, y es así.
They ask you that, in a worst case scenario, you lose this fight, what's next for you in your life? And said, well, I'm a pretty competitive guy. I've always been competitive. I've always wanted to be a champion. When I was a kid, I actually lost once, and I had to look at that silver medal, and I just threw it out. I said, fuck this, man. I don't want this thing. I want more. I want everything. I want it all, and I'm going to get it all. And I've said this, I just want to be a fighter. I want to be here, and I have higher goals. I've spoken to my team. As far as, I don't do this for the stats, for the money, for anything like that. I mean, I have my roots all set up. I got my sponsorships. Everything's all. I want to do this I want everything, and I'm not putting this pressure on me. So what I'm doing is just like You came here for it all. You won it all. Let's go get it.
Muchas gracias.
Henry, por aquí. Cuando mencionaste que eras campeón olímpico, tú no te ves, pero se te alumbraron los ojos, literalmente, cuando mencionaste que fuiste campeón olímpico, que eres, porque uno nunca deja de ser campeón olímpico. Cuando comparas todo lo que has logrado como campeón en 2 divisiones en UFC y tu título olímpico, ¿cómo tú pones esos logros? Hablaste de tu competitividad de niño, pero cuando pones tu logro olímpico y lo que has hecho en el UFC, ahora sobre el final de tu carrera, ¿cómo lo colocas?
When you said you were competitive, you were Olympic champion, there was a little light in your eyes. You were glowing over there. When you think about all the stuff that you did in the UFC, being a 2-division champion, and in your Olympic career, how do you see this? You know, all your accomplishments in both.
Yeah, I think you can fight forever. Tú puedes. I'm sorry, I'm fucking asking. Tú puedes pelear para siempre, pero en la lucha olímpica, tu ventana, se comienza a cerrar, porque ese es el deporte más competitivo del mundo. El primer deporte que han visto en la historia de los deportes en las Olimpiadas, que es la lucha. Es un deporte que ya está desarrollado, un deporte donde es bien competitivo, y creo que las Olimpiadas no hay nada que llega encima de eso, porque tú eres el mejor de los mejores, y en ese día, cada 4 años, tú necesitas llegar en ese día de un niño, de tener un sueño y decir, hey, yo soy el mejor del mundo. En ese día, puedes estar enfermo, puedes estar cagado, cualquier cosa, pero en ese día tú necesitas llegar. Para mí no se puede comparar con toda sinceridad, ni con 2 cinturones, porque yo la verdad, yo siento como y parte de mí, siento como que yo me robé las Olimpiadas, como que a veces no me la creo que yo gané eso a esa edad, especialmente siendo el más joven de la historia. Después de eso, creo que es de ser el más joven de la historia en la sala de fama en wrestling, y de tener ese récord, y después llegan mis cinturones. Ni es el primero ni es el segundo, pero es el tercero y cuarto.
Being an Olympic champion, you can fight forever, but being an Olympic champion there's such a small window in wrestling. If you think about Olympic wrestling, it is the first Olympic sport of all Olympic sports. It's the ultimate goal in the Olympics. It's a sport that originated a lot of the Olympics. You're there, and it doesn't matter. And when that opportunity comes, every 4 years, it can be the best of the best. You can be you're against the best in the world. That's a dream to come true for a kid that wants to be the best. And you can be ill, you can be shitting in your pants, it doesn't matter, you are going to be there, and that day you need to get that. So for me to get that, to this day, I think I almost stole that. Like, how did I become an Olympic champion? It's still incredulous. And then after that, being the youngest to do it as well. So those things. And then came, 2 titles. So it's not even the first or the second. I look at the Olympic gold, being the youngest, and then actually you come after that. So the wrestling, very important.
Muchas gracias, buena suerte.
What do you guys think? You guys think that's fair? Yeah. I'm not. Okay. All right. Cool. Hey, you guys do me a favor too. I want to know who is the greatest combat athlete of all time. I'm out. You guys should do a Mount Rushmore there, man. Let's do it. What do you guys think? Let's stop the debate. This is the Triple C, soon to be C4.